Okay, in this video, you're going to see how to apply Homax Toughest Tile and Tub Refinishing Kit. And this just shows you the contents. There are 2 cans that they provide. The kit costs 50 bucks at your big box store. And here's what you get: rubber gloves, steel wool, resurfacing chemical cleaner. Now this is to be mixed in a separate pail and applied to the surface, tile, or tub, and scoured in with this steel wool. There are gloves for protection. So I'm not going to get into that with you. Simply just read the directions on it. It's real easy to do. In our practical purpose here, we've already cleaned and scoured our tub and tile, and I'll show you what that'll look like. Okay, so we're back, and here's what our tub tile looks like at present. Pretty hideous. This is a rental unit. Doesn't mean that it doesn't apply for your home. This particular landlord doesn't want to spend the money for a new surround, so we're going to try and give him a reglaze on here to clean it up, and if anything, that might buy him a few years. The tub is in pretty good shape. It's just pretty worn. You can see a nice big knock in that. And what we've done is we've abrasively sanded that down. We've scoured and wiped clean everything in the tub so there's no residue. There's nothing worth worrying about as far as something sticking to it. And now the idea is we're going to go on and start applying our material. Now, this is what you should do. You should mask out all areas of concern as not to get it all over the wall. Plastic towel bar. Okay, we've even come all the way down to the floor here. We've done 2 or 3 passes on that. You want to try to protect everything in the back area where it butts up to a trim. And again, this particular landlord for this property needs to try to salvage what's here for now, as this particular tub is only 26 inches. It's an undersized unit. This was made years and years ago when plumbing was brought into this building, and obviously the building is much older than the plumbing itself. So to find a unit, we're kind of stuck, and on this particular purpose, you can see why. That's where our door is. So how the heck would you replace something and bring your door over to here? You're out of room. It just doesn't work. So we need to keep this tub and keep this project going. So there's been several repairs done. I think this was original design. Down below you can see there was obviously a soap dish that was removed and taken away. So the big important thing here is to read the full directions. If you take your time with the directions and do specifically what they tell you to do, the results will come out nicely. What I'm going to show you in here is just an easy technique to apply the finish, and then you can go from there. But it is an effective way to bring an old tile and tub back to life without spending a fortune. Now, no doubt I'll need a second kit here, but there are 2 cans, so we'll try to cover as much as we can within reason. Okay, briefly going to show you a quick application pattern. Now, it doesn't come out very quickly from the can. The biggest thing to remember here is not to put on too much on the first coat. The idea is a light coat. You can see what I did here. It's a very light coat. You can actually still see the pattern within the tile, which means I'm not going too thick. If you apply too much too quick, it'll run and sag. You won't get the effect that you want. It'll look lousy, and then you'll shoot down and never use the product again. Now, the biggest thing, exhaust fan. Second biggest thing, we're going to open this window because, man, I'll tell you what, this stuff will get you stoned quick. Okay, so real quick, here's a simple technique for applying. You're going to stay about 8 to 10 inches away. Don't worry if you see little dark streaks here and there. You can always reapply. Now, and the idea in this is just to give yourself a starting base coat without going crazy and without overshooting the tile. Nothing fancy about it. No unique techniques. Now you can see from the side it is streaky. Don't worry about that. You want to try to get it in as best as you can without over applying. It's always good to put smaller amounts on. You can always compile and add. In the directions, they inform you to put a second coat on anywhere after 10 minutes, but not more than 6 hours. Okay, so we're going to check back with this once we get going some more with it, and we'll have it take a look, see what the first coat will look like, and then we'll go for a second coat. Okay, first coat is applied, and yes, you're going to see it streaky, but what you don't see are runs. See the pink tile? Yeah, I still see pink. That's the first coat. It's a real important coat, because if you let that slide by over applying, and trust me, I had a couple spots already that tried to slide that I had to clean. So you can see where the matte finish is starting to glaze. Okay, fittings and all. Now it's starting to look nice. Not bad for a first coat. But let me forewarn you, open that window, get a cross breeze in here, because man, I want to tell you what, this stuff stinks. Not recommended for anyone else in the house. Alright, you can see the top ledge of the tub. That's got a glaze finish stark on it. I haven't done the inside yet. We're going to go from that. But one can, so you know, basically covered 3 walls. That's it. We still have a tub to do. We're into the second can. So what that tells you is we're not going to have enough with 2 cans. We have to buy a second kit, which is $50. So you'll spend roughly $100 on redoing your 3 walls and your tub. Alright, these tiles we have, by the way. Alright, so this is where we're at on the video. And when I come back, I'll show you a second area with the second application. We'll pick a spot over the pink tile and see how that works.